first moto of this final World Grand Prix race underway. A long 5 seconds, there they go. Some very impatient men on machines then. That was a very long 5 seconds, but into that first corner. Everybody appears to have got away quite cleanly, and it is Nicol that leads. Kurt Nicol, really, today is the day when he has to do it. Thorpe is second. David Thorpe second. There's George Jobay back in around fifth, but David Thorpe on the Sinti Honda holds second. Gherkin's going through there, and there is Lyles. Really safe in the knowledge that he has third in the championship, cannot really be caught by anybody. So I suppose he just has to sit there. Boonen going through, number 11. That's a terrible start from Johan Boonen. The rest of the pack comes screaming through. It's very, very slippery here today where they've watered. But look at this. Nicol stamps his authority on Moto 1. He's off and away. But David Thorpe is staying in touch. It's been an awful season for the former world champion. Jobay now up into third. Now, if Thorpe can stay between those two, it's going to help the leader, Kurt Nicol, in his championship bid. Schmetz going through. There is Billy Lyles behind Schmetz. As we said, he really doesn't have to do an awful lot. He's got third. No one can really catch him. But this is the man that has got to do everything. He needs to win every single race. This is Heat 1. He leads it at the moment. 20 points are looming on the horizon. And we have lost David Thorpe. Thorpe has got a rear wheel puncher. What a shame. You can see watch the back of the bike as it slides around as Anstey comes in underneath him. Mervyn Anstey, the other British rider, number 16, and there is the leader, Nicol. This is terrible news for Nicol. Totally unaware of what's going on behind him, but Jobay has gone to second. And there he is. 2 more races to go, just 40 points in the bag. Lyles beginning to close on the group in front. Thorpe has made his way back to the paddock, really has no chance of staying in the race with a rear flat tyre. There's Ronnie Oosterhout, and there is David Thorpe, as we said, on his way back to the camper for a fresh rear wheel. 14 seconds lead with just 4 laps to go for Kurt Nicol. There's his brother Aaron. Looking back for second place, man. It should still be, and it still is, number 1, George Jobay. That'll be 17 points. Lyles has now moved up into third position. Anstey dropping back. There's Jørgen Nielsen's girlfriend cheering him on, 111. Warren Edwards, number 55, going through. He's, I'd say, about 6th or 7th position at the moment, but that is most definitely the leader. Look at the Union Jacks in the background. Jobay goes through second. We're looking back for third. And it's Lyles now. Billy Lyles goes to third from a poor start. Back for fourth. We're still Mervyn Anstey. There indeed is Anstey. They start to sort themselves out as they go around this Swiss track. There is Jørgen Nielsen, 111, and he's still got Warren Edwards behind him. That's Ronnie Oosterhout, number 14. There's the checkered flag for Nicol. Maybe too soon to celebrate. 20 points. Jobay, 17 points in second. Lyles coming home in third with those 15 points. 8 points now for the championship for Nicol.
Kurt Nicol, 11 points, is now 8. Very much on, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's coming. It's a little bit pity that it didn't go a little bit longer, otherwise I think Billy could probably have passed Jobay, but there you go. And hopefully I can win the next 2 and he can drop back a couple of places and the job will be on. I mean, I'm riding real nice, feel nice and easy out there. I mean, apart from the first couple of laps when I had to push to pass David, I never had to push the rest of the race. I mean, if I can keep riding like that, I mean, things will be lovely. We'll have to see.
The green flag goes out. The 5-second board spins around. Heat 2, the penultimate heat of this 92 World Championship, gets off the line, and here they come. Who is it going to be? It's got to be Nicol. That looked like Anstey on the inside. They've got a tremendous start, but they're going in every direction possible other than round the track at the moment. But it's Warren Edwards, the British rider, young Warren Edwards, and Jackie Martins is there in second place. There's Billy Lyles, there's Jobé, where is Nicol? There he is with David Thorpe. So Nicol has had a terrible start to this second race. Boonen was also there amongst that group. Gherkins has gone through, but look at this. The Action Workshop rider, Warren Edwards, leads the second heat in this Swiss 500 Grand Prix. Jobé at the moment in front of Nicol, and Nicol has got to get past him to stand any possible chance going into the third and final leg. Johan Boonen wiggles the bike in the air, number 11, as he goes over the tabletop. The rest of the pack comes screaming through. Oh, somebody got it all very, very wrong there. Did he stay on the bike? No, he did not. The marshal waves the yellow flag and he is stretching off. Edwards it is that still leads. This is a great ride from him. Martins, then it's Lyles third. And look at Nicol. Is he going to knock Jobé off? No, clean sportsman riding from Kurt Nicol. Jobé knows he doesn't have to win the race. He knows he just has to finish in the top two. And that, I should imagine, is what he's about to do. Thorpe unable to do anything for Nicol in front. Boonen comes through, number 11. He really has been the sensation this year of the 500 brigade. George is the best, they say. George, Jobé, but it's Martins now. Martins that has gone to the front, it would seem. Nicol is third behind Lyles. Now, maybe Lyles seems to think that he's quick enough. Well, I'm sure he is, but so far, is he quick enough to win the race? If he is, that's where he would most certainly want to be. The battle is on. Lyles goes to the front, proving us exactly right. But Nicol can see the two in front. There is Jobé back in fourth. Now, if Jobé finishes out of the top two, this gives Nicol a chance going into the third and final moto. Number one, Billy Lyles. There it is, the American and Belgian flag stitched together. He's an American, rides on the Belgium licence. Nicol has gone to the front. Lyles has now gone down to third, which means Jobé has gone to second. Nicol it is, leading. This will be 20 points. If Jobé finishes second, it'll be 17. It's all on the last race. And there is Jobé in second position. And despite having rear brake problems, the rear brake fade on the Action Workshop Honda, Billy Lyles came home comfortably in third position. Let's have a talk to Kurt Nicol.
Yeah, it was a very good ride. You know, I'm just disappointed that Billy couldn't stay second. You know, I don't know what's going on.
In the beginning of that race, there were several riders that looked as they could be between you and George. It didn't work out that way, but you're doing nothing wrong at the moment.
Oh, everything's going good for me, you know, but I need someone to get in between. It's no good another race like that.
Billy Lyles, 2 third places, but a difficult role that you've got to play today.
Yeah, I'm kind of in a bad situation. I was knocked out of the championship in Namur a couple of weeks ago, and on one side you got Honda, and on the other side you've got the tire war. So, yeah, it's a bad place to be in right now. Unfortunately, I would prefer to run out front and let them fight behind me. First moto, I had a bad start. The second moto, I was in the front, and towards the end, I had no brakes. I'm having to keep the brake. I have to pump it once or twice, sometimes 3 times. It's getting so hot, it's overheating. So we had the same problem in Luxembourg, and we just can't seem to get it rectified.
But no matter which way you play your cards, you race as hard as you can, like Billy Lyles will do, whatever the situation. You can have criticism levelled at you from either camp, because that's the way they are, isn't it?
Yeah, and, you know, everybody wants to pick at me. I didn't hold Kurt up. I didn't hold George up. I mean, you know, I can do everything I can, put Kurt on the ground and win it for George, or I can put George on the ground and win it for Kurt. And people are going to slag me either way. So, you know, to piss everybody off, I might just sit in the truck.
The tension you can feel here at the moment. Here we are in the camp of number one, George Jobé, the meticulous preparation of that Honda. Everything must be perfectly right. And the man that is trying to take that number one plate away from him is this man, Kurt Nicol. Jobé then drops into the gate for the 36th time in this 500 season. 35 races are gone. This is the last one. Brian Wheeler, the KTM British rider, drops in beside Joe Bay. Then it's Nicol, the man that hopes after this race he can take that #1 plate back to Britain with him. Billy Lyles, who decided not to sit in the van, has come out to race. 5-second board is up. This is it. It's all on this one. The gate drops. There they go, up the start straight. Joe Bay on the inside, and look at Wheeler. Wheeler has cut Joe Bay off. Is Joe Bay still on the bike, we ask ourselves. Wheeler cut Joe Bay tight into the fence, and that's given Nicol the spurt that he needed. He's away. They chase hard. There's Anstey. Well, there's so many of them. There's Joe Bay. He's back in about 7th at the moment. Joe Bay has got to finish out of the top 2 to give Nicol the win. There is Lyles. Gherkins has gone through. Oh, breaths. There's Thorpe just got up the inside. Oosterhard, Boonen. Now the question is, can Joe Bay get back to 2nd? If Nicol wins, Joe Bay finishes 3rd, Nicol will be the champion. But if Joe Bay gets to 2nd, Nicol will lose it by 2 points. This is heart-stopping stuff. Where is Joe Bay? There he is, 5th at the moment. Who's he got in front? Nielsen is one of those riders. There is Mervyn Anstey, Merv the Swerve, as he's so affectionately known in Britain. Maybe it's time for Merv to do some swerving. There is Lyles, who really doesn't care what goes on in front of him at the moment. He's 3rd in the championship. Joe Bay still behind the 2 riders in front. Nicol is out safely in the lead. He really has nothing more to do than to stay where he is, and that's all he can do, take 20 points. It's all down to what happens behind him. There is Joe Bay now into 2nd. There is Jørgen Nielsen. If Nielsen can get past Joe Bay, that will give Nicol the championship, but if they stay as they are, Kurt Nicol has lost it. Maybe that incident at the British Grand Prix will have some bearing on this afterwards. Maybe other things that have happened during the year, but it's all on this last race. And look at Aaron Nicol. He looks to the ground. He must be so disappointed at the moment. Is his rider going to be #1 for next year, or is he going to be #2? He's already been there 4 times. He's just told him that Joe Bay is 2nd, and there is no one anywhere near Joe Bay to do anything about it. Nicol can only hope for a mechanical failure on Joe Bay's part, but that is extremely unlikely. Only once has that bike broken down, and only once has Nicol's broken down. Absolutely superb preparation by the mechanics, and just listen to the home crowd. Lyles has got a rock in the eye. Billy Lyles gets a rock in the eye to finish off his Grand Prix season, and here is Nicol. 1 lap to go. I think it's going to be Joe Bay. Joe Bay is 2nd. There's really nothing Kurt Nicol can do. He's done everything that can be done. He's won all 3 races. That's the only man, Jørgen Nielsen, that can do anything about Joe Bay at the moment. And with 1 lap to go, he hasn't got a hope. The rest of the pack come through unawares of what's going on at the front, but this is one bitterly disappointed man. He's got the hat-trick, he's won the race, but this man has won the World 500cc Championship 2 years in a row. That's 5 times a world champion for Georges Joe Bay, the Belgian. Anstey was 4th. Just look at this finishing official. Well, I'm not sure. Well, I think we'll just give him the Lunatic of the Year award at the moment. He's going crazy, and so are the fans, especially the Joe Bay fans. 5 times a world champion, Georges Joe Bay, and what can anybody say?
Et là, l'autre modèle. Et là, c'est fabuleux. C'est une victoire extraordinaire. Georges, je pense que tu as...
Georges Joe Bay, congratulations. The 5th championship.
Yeah, thanks very much. I'm very happy. It was a long day, very long night, very long week. It was, very long for me, but anyway, it's done, and I'm very happy.
And how does it rate in your 5 world titles? How do you see this one?
I can't say how I feel now because it's too early, but I can say that the 5th one is as the first one. Is you fight as good as for the first one, but the difference that when you fight for the first one, you don't know what's that world champion, and when you race for the 5th time, you know what's really world champion, and makes you more nervous. I knew that something can happen, like in Namur. It started in Namur. When I first broke down in Namur, I was very in panic, and I thought everything was going away. And 1 week later in Luxembourg, when I crashed in that start, and I start last, and you see how I race, and I think I won the championship there in Luxembourg, the second heat. I was starting, to think, and I lost a little bit confidence. And I was ready to come here because I practiced a lot, and I was feeling good. My condition is top, like never been as before. And but the problem, I was a little bit too nervous for the first heat, because when I raced yesterday for the time practice, I was so fast and so nice, so easy. And when I see how I raced today, I raced like a junior. But anyway, the title is the most important thing. I can say that Kurt was a very nice rider, a very nice concurrent, how do you say, and competitor, very sportsman, and I can say that I'm sorry for him, because I know I have been already 4 times second also, plus that 5 titles. So I know what's that second, and I can say that when you race for the first or the second place, the effort, the work is same. So I can say that Kurt this year really worked for the title, but I won it.
Well, George, congratulations, and you've given us some great entertainments.
Thanks.
And 5 world titles.
Thank you for coming to the race and giving us, I think, a lot of advertising all over Europe. We need this, and thanks very much for you guys following us.
Thanks, George.
Thank you.
Kurt Nickel, commiserations, 2 points short of being world champion. How do you feel?
I'm gutted, to be honest. I mean, I just expected that if I could win all 3 races today, that I'd be champion. It was as simple as that. I came here happy to accept that I was going to be second if that was going to be the case. But I knew that if I won all 3 races, or I thought if I won all 3 races that I would be champion, and if I didn't, then I would have to accept I'd be second. And I've won all 3 races, and I'm still not champion, and I can't really believe it.
You can't fault your performance today. You must be heartened by that. There's nothing you could have done different today.
No, I mean, I've ridden very well throughout most of the season, and I mean, the end of the season, I mean, I've been very, very strong. I mean, I've never felt stronger than I rode today. But it just wasn't quite enough in the end.